Hi, I'm MrSpaceman. Today I'm going to experiment with the mental attributes and see how important they are to a football player, or at least how important Football Manager perceives it to be. To do this, we have created two teams and once again put them in the lower divisions of English football to see how they develop after 20 years. So let me introduce you to these teams. So the first team, and it's a team replacing York FC, is called High School Jocks FC. And I would like to apologize straight away if you are a high school jock, but I'm going to take it from how it's perceived in American media, from the TV shows, the movies, whatever. They're not perceived to be the smartest guys. And what this team is going to be, they're going to contain all the players who are literally the best athletes you can have, maximum technicals, as you can see, 20s here, and maximum physicals, as you can see, also 20s, but their mentals are going to be, let's say, low. We've also limited the Jocks to having no transfers, so they cannot make any transfers until 2040, so that's when all the contracts of the players are going to expire, and that's when they're all going to transfer to Barnet. So that's the first team. What's going to be the second team? The second team is going to be AFC Scientists, which I'm pretty sure is called AFC Flied, I think, I'm not sure, and the players are going to be having the maximum mentals, and for goalkeeping I decided to put the maximum things I perceive to be as mental, so come out of area communication, one-on-ones, and reflexes, but if you go to an infield player, and you can see their technicals and their physicals are 1. So the plan is, once again, they're going to transfer to Salford at the end of 2040. We're going to let 20 years go past, see how these players do, how the teams do before the players have to leave. If I am to have a prediction about what's going to happen, I think the Scientists are just going to get relegated the first year and probably never come back because their attributes are just way too low and the game perceives technical and physicals to be quite important. So I think that's what's going to happen. They're just never going to come back. Maybe occasionally going to pop up back into this division, but I can just see a life in the non-professional leagues, even further non-professional, because I think professional starts from League 2. But anyways, in terms of Jocks, if I can find them real quick for you, I think the Jocks are going to do quite alright. They're probably going to get promotions straight away because their current abilities are quite high. But I do believe they're going to reach a ceiling at some point, and potentially, I think, mid-table after 20 years, especially considering the fact that they cannot sign anyone, and that's the difference between this episode and the previous one, but do go check it out. That's where we compared what's more important, physicals or technicals. So that's exactly what happened previously. Both teams managed to reach kind of mid-table positions, but what they could do, they could sign players as they went. So this is going to be a pure test of how these players are going to be actually like. So the manager is free to choose from 25 players. They're all going to be quite decent. Their current abilities are very high. So I think they'll reach a maximum of mid-table in the Premier League. But yeah, now let's go simulate 20 years into the future to the year 2040. After leaving the computer to run overnight, we managed to get into 2040. And as you can see here, High School Jocks did exactly what was expected of them, rise to the leagues, make it into the Premier League, and kind of stay there in some of the times. They are a yo-yo club, so again, something I expect them to do. Although I kind of hoped they would be a bit more solid, but as you can see here, I predicted mid-table, and they got mid-table twice, so there we go. I know something about Football Manager. And again, this part can be really much explained by the fact that their mentals are not the best. When things get tough, they start playing bad, and when things are good, they're doing good. Although, to be fair, there will be times when pressure's on them if they're doing too well. So that could be something, again, this part here, the years between 2025 and 2027. They probably did very well, failed to get in. So here it looks like they failed to win the playoffs. And yeah, and that probably bummed them out for quite a while. And since they couldn't bring any new fresh blood to kind of help them a little bit, they needed 2 years to reset, where they got third place, so they won the playoff there. And yeah, since then, playoffs, they actually won this one, didn't make it the playoffs, won the playoffs here. So interesting. I expected them to not win in playoffs because, big cups. But again, the players of their current ability, they should have won it. So let's go and take a look at their best 11, see how many goals were scored over the years. And because they couldn't bring anyone, a lot of these players are playing 700 games and more over 20 years, which is quite good. And Rion Potts has scored a lot of goals for them. He is now a Barnet. Not a bad little player. So let's take a look how he was doing. And you can see a lot of his goals were coming in the lower division. So Vanarama North, 33, 37. So he's a very important player for them. He's quick. He can finish. I don't know if he's going to get in the right positions, but with his pace, nothing could stop him. How did he do in the Premier League? Well, actually not too bad. I think when they did quite well, he did quite well as well. But as you can see, not consistent at all. Although the average ratings are quite alright. I wonder if any of these players have gotten a call-ups because they have good current ability, so 140, 150. So maybe if their form were alright, they could do well. And after doing a quick look through all the players, I didn't want to show it to you guys, but none of them were called up for the English national team or any national team for that matter, which is a shame because they're quite good players. As you can see, click on any of them, very good technicals, very good physicals. And let's check their attributes. 173, that's their recommended ability. So I don't understand why. Maybe the game actually thinks that mentals are very important as part of the club game, but they're having some good average ratings. I wonder how they're going to do a Barnet, because Barnet's squad is huge now. They have an influx of 25 players, and they also got relegated. Oh my goodness. I did not expect that. So maybe if we sim another 50 years, see if they can get promoted in there. But yeah, Jocks FC has done really well. Let's see the landmarks and then the managers. In terms of competitions, they've actually won a few trophies. So we got the English FA Trophy in 2021, another English FA Trophy, and I think that's pretty much it outside of, being the championship of the leagues. What about the managers? I can't imagine who wants to manage these kind of guys. Interesting. So Steve Watson, after managing the club for 9 years, managed to leave. Oh my god, if he's going to go into Everton, I will cry. No, he went to Wimbledon, which is in League 1, so he actually went down a division. And okay, no, he developed into quite a good player, which is a big difference to our Wrexham experiment, where Dean Keats was very bad, but he got to manage Everton. And now the manager is Richard Stearman, an ex-player who actually played in the Premier League. Very interesting. I don't know how he got the job. He was an assistant manager who became a caretaker, and then he was manager in the end. So, hey, the board trusts him. He's one of their own. Let's see if any of the players have become legends of the club. The manager has. That's quite interesting. And in terms of players, yeah, so they all became icons of the club and favorite personnel. That was to be expected. Let's see how the scientists did. Where are they? Some expected and some unexpected things. So, like I said in my predictions, I expect them to get relegated and stay low, but apparently in 2026 they managed to get promoted, did quite well, barely survive, then got promoted, stayed a few years in the Vanarama National League, and then got relegated, and stayed a year there, and then got relegated now, and they're not in the top leagues anymore. Well, they're not in any leagues anymore. To be fair, I'm pretty sure they're going to have lots of managers. Yeah, as you can see, their original Jim Bentley was sacked, and he's a chief scout now in Salford. Huh. Very, very interesting. They had a lot of good managers. I think I saw Robbie Fowler there. Yeah, who's retired now. Jamal Blackman. Jamie Blackman. So that's not... Oh, okay. I thought that was the Chelsea goalkeeper. Apart from that, no one I really know. Let's see how they did. I don't think they scored many goals. I will not be surprised. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I was going to say Pierluigi Carbone. I don't remember him, but they probably just picked him up at some point because I did not let him have a transfer ban because it was already unfair. All these guys, all the players here, they have pretty much a very bad attributes, 42, so they're not going to do well. Yeah, I didn't want to kick them when they're down anymore. So yeah, they did quite well with the transfers to kind of keep them in the league, which is very interesting. The game still kind of values mentals to be very important because, again, looking at the Jocks, you can kind of tell that consistency is key because they did well one year, did bad. Did well, did bad. So yeah, if you are going to be looking at your players, you need to make sure they have decent mentals because even though they have good physicals and technicals, it doesn't guarantee you success. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed some of this experiments. I'm going to be doing more experiments coming up. So if you do enjoy these kind of videos, give me a like, comment what kind of things I should mess around with. I enjoy doing Football Manager experiments because there's a lot of creativity with this. I can do whatever I want and I hope you guys enjoy this. But anyways, thank you for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.